Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, the 15th of December 2020, and we are in Finsbury Park. Temperature is around 12 degrees today. The sun is shining. Yesterday it was pouring with rain, and with the wind it will blow down to about 10 degrees, but in the sunlight you can probably feel that it's going to be about 15-16 degrees. It's kind of amazing how the weather works. Generally it can be cold. If you're in the wind chill, it can even be colder. Even if you're in the sunlight and you're wearing black, if you're wearing black, your black absorb heat. You could actually overheat. These are all the mechanics and the physics of the world that we're in. Can you hear the birds around us? It's nature as well. Where am I? Well, I'm in Finsbury Park. This here, I'm on a stone. It has 150 years on it. Anyway, my leg is covering 150. I didn't want to do it around the front. I couldn't put a camera around the front because I'll be in people's walkway and they'll knock down the camera. They'll see it or can't see it and knock it down. So I'm on a stone here of Finsbury Park, celebrating Finsbury Park. I guess this is a kind of statue commemorating Finsbury Park being 150 years in its creation. I guess before that it was just wild open space, pure greenery, no roads, few horses. 100 years ago, 19th century, add 50 years to that, 1850, different world. That would be Victorian. So the Victorian world to the modern world, the 1900s to today, the 1930s, 1920s, 1920s, 1910s, fast acceleration, boom and bust. The 1920s, the roaring 20s, we're in the money. Gatsby, the year of decadence, year of dancing, a year of fashion, year of glamour. 1920s, roaring 20s they called it. 1920s, and then when we came to the 30s and 40s, crash, big crash, depression. You remember Laurel and Hardy? Remember Charlie Chaplin? Most of their videos was about being in a depression and surviving in the depression. So that was the 30s, Charlie Chaplin and Laurel and Hardy. And that's kind of where we are in that kind of situation right now. Some of us are crashing like a patient on critical care, and some of us are okay, and some of us are doing well. So it's a mixture. So we have recession, we have Some people are doing well. Stock market is doing well. Yes, it hasn't been better. People like Amazon and Elon Musk, they worth, is it trillions? You know, they're worth more than the half of the country's domestic product around the world. Apple too is one of the big players. But let me go back to this 1920s decadence, Art Deco. We still carry a lot of those themes in architecture, in fashion, in style. The Roaring 20s, and then the 30s, Depression, 40s. We went to war. Actually, 1915 was the First World War. We celebrated 100 years of it, well, 5 years ago. So there's always this boom and bust and boom and bust. So 1915, without going into the history of it. And then 1920s, let's say after the First World War, everybody party like there's no tomorrow. So we had the Roaring 20s, 30s, Depression. I guess in the 20s we spent too much, we couldn't afford it. 1930s Depression, 1940s went to war, Second World War. It's called a World War. Germany, Russia, America, England, Europe. There's a conundrum with the Second World War. You know, it was a joint effort. D-Day. Most of the soldiers in D-Day were American. And let me add to that factor. A lot of them were black. Now that's an amazing sight if it's recorded. That's a friend of mine. Well, I speak to him, and he's just recently got a flat. And he's told me that he was better off being homeless because he now has council tax to pay, he now has bills to pay. And, you know, when he was homeless, he didn't have those things to worry about. So, part of the whole economic thing is about they can get you off the streets, but then you're put on a wheel. You know, you got to pay your rent, you got to pay your utilities, you got to pay your council tax, you got to pay transportation. You know, they do not want you to be off the grid. And it's amazing that you pull in a trolley with one wheel missing off of his wagon, you know, and you know. All right, I'm going to get up now and go and check the cameras, make sure they're working. So they're a bit of a distance, and so you're going to see me move around. I don't really like editing, you know. Now we're there, we're working. Yep, I really don't like editing. Oh, technically today, okay, we got two cameras. We got a sound recorder, and we're going to see how we're going to edit this together, and we're just going to see how we're going to edit this together. The cameras are actually in a waterproof casing. Yesterday it just poured down with rain. I was just so wet. So if you're interested, you could go and check back and see what I did yesterday. That's if I put today's out and edit it and get all the sound and all the technicalities right. celebrating 150 years Finsbury Park. Horse and cart was going through there and stand and deliver. That will be about, it says 1880 here. Map of Finsbury Park, 1880s. Okay. It's when somebody decided to do a map. I've been using this park for over 40. How you doing, man? Oh, you lost the wheel.
Oh yeah, just walking along.
Oh no, you still. Oh, you.
Fell off, yeah. How you doing? All right.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad.
That's a nice camera.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing a little. It's like a diary kind of thing, you know.
All right, then I'll let you crack on.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I mean, this is part of Finsbury Park. This is.
Oh, Finsbury Park is beautiful. I've been around here for 40 years, a bit longer.
Okay.
All
No, sorry, no, it's not that. Do you remember over there was a small city? There was a small village, a toy kind of village,
that's right.
miniature.
No, I don't know, to be honest.
You can't remember?
No.
I'm sure there was a miniature little village there. They've taken it away now. I think just in the corner over there, I think they put a fountain.
Like they took all the benches away down Oliver Road, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if you're lucky, so well, I don't know. If some people's got benches named after them,
Yeah, you're right.
you know.
100%
But
right.
but is that being lucky? I mean, being alive is better, right?
Of course it is, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not saying. But how are you feeling today, anyway?
Same as yesterday.
Listen, as long as you could feel, right, something, right, that is good. You get up in the morning, you can feel something. Yeah, I'm alive. You know.
I'm alive, that's the main thing. Yeah?
That's the main-
Weetabix,
A few, yeah, you gotta have your Weetabix.
you know.
Yeah.
Things. It's Christmas round the corner now, isn't
What is Christmas?
it? You might meet some wonderful people at Christmas, you know.
Yeah.
Christmas is for you and for me. It's not just for kids. We're human as well, you know.
Do you know you're part of my Christmas?
Yeah. You know something?
What's that?
You're a good man, you are.
Thank you.
I've always got on with you.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with you.
Yeah.
You've never been a problem. I know you quite a few years now, don't I?
Yeah. Well, actually, you know me, but it's only recently we started speaking.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You've seen me around Holloway a long time. And,
I know.
We've never really spoken. We spoken last week, about 2 weeks ago, was it?
Yeah.
If I do come across something good for Christmas, I will give you a little bit of it. That's not a problem, you know.
All right, no problem.
One thing, I don't mean to be rude. I'm not a greedy person, as you know. When you go into some of these centres, all these men, they don't care about anybody else, only themselves. Shit.
Yeah.
And and then you start to get into a bit of trouble over a bit of material, you know.
Yeah.
It's not good, you know.
Yeah.
And like when you go into the place, a woman is, she give a man a load of stuff and leave better fella out, you know. It's not nice, you know.
I know.
I went to a place in Chalk Farm last night, you know it.
Okay.
It's open tomorrow at 6.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I got some Calvin Klein boxing shorts there.
Okay.
And I brought this, I was smoking a joint.
Mm.
This guy come up to me and I give him a couple of pulls in the joint. I said, if you're not getting the boxing shorts, I said, will you get them for me, please?
Yeah.
I'm being honest with you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, not a problem. He said, what's a large, please? I said, and when he got him into his body, he changed, you know. I said, you know something, you keep them. I said, you show me up over a pair of boxes. You get 3 pairs in Balls Market for a $5, you know.
I know.
And when I give him a smoke of the joint, it was all lovely-dovely, you know.
Yeah.
I said, listen, mate, you don't have to tell me your future for a pull of a joint, you know.
Yeah.
I've sussed you out already. I said, have a wonderful night. I said, he told me, you know, you got the Salvation Army up along Chalk Farm.
Yeah, I know it. I know the building.
You know it better than
It's
me.
opposite the station.
Yeah, a brand new building, isn't it?
Is it? Okay.
And like he said to me, you know, you got the Sikhs on a Monday night.
That used the building.
No, they come down to Camden and they give out food.
Okay.
Well, nice people, lovely people, they respect people. And he said to me, you taking a walk up Chalk Farm? The Salvation Army's giving out a lovely meal. Yeah, I said, not a problem. I said, when we got up to Chalk Farm, he didn't know where it was.
Okay.
And I spotted a geezer goes to the gaff, you know, up in, you know, Upper Street, the Manor. You know the Manor, it's like a house.
Okay, okay.
I said, excuse me, please. Yeah, he said, just turn to the left, he says. I said, you told me you knew where it was. All right then, I said. Yeah, you want to go down there tomorrow night?
Me? No, I'll be all right. I'll be all
No,
right.
they're giving out some new stuff. It's good to get new things, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't wear second-hand things, to be honest. I do.
I wear anything.
Except underwear and socks, my friend.
I wear anything.
Yeah, I don't
Okay, if it's cleaned and thing and what have you.
I like to wear a new sock
Yeah.
and a new underwear. If they're,
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Out the packet.
thank you. I don't mind a pair of jeans, jumper, and that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I've dressed up in the second-hand shops all my life, you know.
Yeah.
And stars.
Listen. I can't afford the second-hand shops anymore.
Serious, you get good clothes in them.
Yeah, expensive now.
Yeah, you know what I got out of them a couple of years ago? Good pair of Armani jeans.
Yeah. I listen. It's cheaper now to go to places like Primark and them places than the second-hand places.
I went to a good second-hand shop, and you know, Bethlem Green, you do.
Okay.
And this
Look at that squirrel.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want you to get the hump of me when I said this to you. Brand new pair of 501s, yeah?
501s. Okay.
He said they're a little bit small. What I done, I wrapped them up and I put them into my coat. You know the score me. I'm like, well, when I got out, I tried them on me right fit.
Okay.
I'm only small. I'm only 32, you know. Yeah, he said they're a little bit small. Gives a look at them. I said, so fast, you know. And boom,
Wow.
brand new to work.
Wow.
I got about 6 months wear out of them. You know when you wash them too much.
Oh yeah, it starts falling apart.
Thank
The
you
elastic.
very much. Just where you put your belt and.
Oh, the jeans, the five. Yeah.
Starts to and they're not. If they're good jeans, that wouldn't happen. You know.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be the. Is it the Levi's 501?
Yeah, and you got the Wranglers. Them jeans come back from hundreds of years ago, as you know.
Yeah, these are meant to be from cowboys.
Thank you very much.
And I think they originally made them for prisoners.
Thank you. I got a pair up in Archway. There was a shop up there. Yeah.
Okay.
Black 501s. How much you reckon?
Black 501s.
You know they're expensive.
They sell for ridiculous price. Like I think like 200-300 quid.
I swear to God, £85. Yeah.
All right.
You know how long? You know how many months wear I got of them? About 3 months. Yeah,
Were they real?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you
As
see.
you know, you go into these big deer shops. You look at
It's a
500
brand.
things. There's a couple of fake things mixed
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
stupid. You know,
Yeah.
we can sausage. You know, it doesn't take long to sauce. You know.
I.
These shops, some of these people, they put all these flash clothes in the windows. You don't get a customer for a month or two, you know.
Well, that's the trick, isn't it? That's
Am I
the
right
trick.
or wrong?
You're right. You're right.
You know, and what to do to get all these rags and jeans, yeah?
Yeah.
You can go and buy an Armani badge anywhere, not anywhere.
Yeah.
If you know a place abroad, you can buy a couple of 100,000 of them and bring them back to England, yeah, and get jeans for £2 a pair, yeah, and put them Armani badge on them. Am I right or wrong?
You're right. You're right.
And you know the Armani sign, you can get that in plastic and sew it on, you know, with the machine.
Now talking about cheap jeans, talking about bargains. we're in Christmas, Boxing Day, right? Usually people sleep outside of the shops, innit?
I know, I've seen it in the city.
Right? For the bargain on the Boxing Day. But over the years, people have realized they've got so much, they bring in the cheap shit.
Am I right or wrong?
You're right. Right.
You know, years ago, yeah, you know that Lachma House, it's a decop prison, yeah?
Okay.
There was a man in there, yeah, he was doing a bit of bird. To give him an outside job, you know what he was selling all morning, you know all this night clothes and
Okay.
it showed you on the telly, you know.
Wow.
Oh, men in prison, don't get me wrong, they're very clever.
Yeah.
They know how to make a pound note.
Yeah, they
if
do.
Them men is used to making a pound note outside.
Yeah.
They said to themselves, they can't go back outside empty-handed. What's Eddie Quid gonna do for them? Nothing.
Nothing.
It's not gonna buy them a pair of trainers. If a man wants a pair of trainers for £100 and you get £80 off the prison.
Yeah. Listen, I got to say goodbye because I got to get back to this
You
thing.
take care,
Right.
God
I'm gonna
bless.
catch up again. We're gonna speak.
Yeah.
Right.
Cheers, thank you.
All right.
Good to see you.
And good to see you too.
I hope you make a beautiful film.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, it's a local friend of mine, like I said. Let me just check. Yeah. Now, let me just check. I was just checking. We're still recording it. As I said. So he's a local friend of mine, and he just come and I hope we got that on the camera, and I hope we got the sound. Right. So let me not make this too long. Let me just talk about going to the current situation today. Time check. It's about 2 o'clock. Today is Tuesday the 15th of December 2020, and we are in a lockdown number 2, tier 2, but there is exceptions where that we there is non-essential shops actually open. But from yesterday, so we've only had 24 hours notice, so starting from midnight tonight we are going to go into a tier 3. We're still going to have the non-essential shops open, but we can't meet people inside or outside in your garden. We can meet up to 6 people outside in open space, but not in your house or an enclosed space. Restaurants is to close, pubs are to close, the gyms are remaining open, and there are other things exceptions that are remaining open. We got a great problem with the schools. There's debate. Some schools have actually shut because the governors of those schools have feel that the current situation warrants that the school should be shut. Now, 15th today, in about 10 days time, we're going to have Christmas. So Christmas, the government have said, of the UK has said that we can meet up to 3 members of the family inside or outside. People can stay overnight. But there's a whole heap of confusion because some of the medical care professionals will say, no, we should have just a total lockdown, none of that, complete isolation, because the death rate, the infection rate is rising. The average infection rate in the UK at the moment is 3,000 a 7-day in a 7-day period, which is about the same amount. Sorry, 3,000 hospitalization. No, not 3,000 hospitalized. 3,000 deaths a month, which is almost the same as in the first peak. So the professionals are actually saying that we should go into a lockdown now. 100% 100% restrictions, stop people moving around, complete isolation. Part of the problem is that we're in winter, it's cold, the weather is bad. In normal times, we normally have an increase. We have the NHS is actually overrun with just the normal healthcare cases they get at this time of the year, which is winter, Christmas time. Plus, we got the pandemic on it. So a lot of the healthcare professional are actually predicting that we're going to be overrun very, very soon because of the current situation. Now, everybody is on a high with this vaccine. Now, the thing about the vaccine, it's in two parts. So you get the vaccine, let's say today, 3 weeks later, you've got to get another shot. And then 2 weeks after that, your immune system should kick in and you should be protected. But that is like in the middle of January, and you really need the protection now. Now, January can be horrendous climatically. It can be this is usually where we feel the full force of winter. And if it does snow, and if the temperature does drop, and with poverty, with deprivation, with the heat as you get older, with underlying condition, we are going to be in a really catastrophic situation. But let me end this broadcast because my friend had intervened and that had consumed most of the time, and plus we are testing out new technology here. So wherever this week, literally a few days ago, I was communicating with somebody in the Barbados. So those of you in the Caribbean, hi, how you doing? I was communicating with my sister. So locally, how you doing? I've got some friends in America who drop in and see what I'm doing every now and then. So those of you in America, hi, how you doing? I have some folks in Africa who I've trained up and constantly look into what I'm doing. So hello Africa, how you doing? That's actually a song. So whether the Caribbean, whether the African continent, whether the American continent, whether the South American continent, whether Europe, Russia, the European Union. Now, don't talk about Brexit. January the 1st. Big headache, right? So we got a whole heap of things lining up together that's going to be really, really catastrophic, basically catastrophic. But let me kind of end the podcast because my friend there, actually great to see him and great for him to interact. He's part of the local. It doesn't matter which part of the world you're in, right? All of the continents I mentioned, it doesn't matter where you're at, you got to interact with your village, with where you live, with the people around you. We are social animals, and the virus actually thrives on us being social animals. But innately, whether you believe it or not, we are social animals. And in this hyper modern society, with modern communication, internet, text, mobile phone, satellite TV, Netflix, we seem to have distanced ourselves with those applications for dating, dating applications. We seem to have distanced ourselves from people, or we seem to have dehumanized ourselves somehow. But to end this podcast, so however this reached you, I hope you have a place to stay out of the elements, so out of the cold, the wind, the rain. I hope you have food to eat, nourishment, and I hope you have social interaction. See, my friend there was homeless. Now he's got his own place. So social interaction, and sometimes the social interaction can be the most powerful and the best thing you can have in your life. And only in sort of my later life, like now, I've realized how important that is. And listen to what he said. He said 40 years, but only 2 weeks ago we started to speak. And it's only in the later time I'm actually realizing how important it is to interact with the people in your village. So we've seen each other over the years. He has a good idea who I am. I have a good idea who he is. He has a sense of friend or enemy. And that's what it's all about. So let me end this podcast here, and watch out for the next one. I hope the technicalities are okay. I hope I got my friend in the shot. I'll see you next time.